Hi and welcome back to this two-part video on 10 signs that you are being controlled and manipulated. So as before, I'd love to hear your comments if you could write those below. If you found the video useful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for future videos. Tomorrow I will be back with a video on how to deal with someone who is trying to manipulate you. So if you click on the bell symbol, you will receive a notification once that video is published. So we're up to sign number 6, that you are being controlled and manipulated. And that is that you have this inner feeling of being indebted or like you owe someone something. And it's a real uncomfortable feeling inside, and there's this kind of sense that you need to do something to make up for it. Perhaps that might be that you end up feeling like you should be doing whatever they want you to do. So yeah, it's a good idea to question why you ended up in that situation where you felt like you owed them something anyway, who actually created the problem in the first place. And it may not be what it seems at face value. Number 7 is that you'll be hearing from this person or group or organisation how much they care about you. And they'll be very concerned to let you know that, make sure you are aware that they care about you. And the point here is that normally if someone cares about you, it's kind of blatantly obvious, and you have this feeling, this sort of lovely warm feeling of being cared for. You certainly don't need them to point that out to you. So just notice how you feel when someone tells you that they care about you. Does it feel good, or does it feel a bit uncomfortable, or like there's some kind of conflict or confusion inside of you? And you could also ask yourself, if someone really did care, what would they be doing in this situation? And you can also ask yourself, if this was happening to someone that I cared about, what would I be doing? And you can see whether there's a match there or some kind of discrepancy. Number 8 is that you feel a sense of confusion. So it may be that you're not being given the full details of what's going on. Some details may be omitted. So you kind of know that something isn't quite adding up or doesn't quite make sense somehow, but you can't quite put your finger on what that is. And it might be that there's certain things that are being deliberately withheld. So find out as much information as you can for yourself. And remember that your own thoughts and opinions are important. Number 9 is that particular individuals will be made an example of. So they may be punished, they may be vilified, they may be shunned, they may be outcast, they may be really ridiculed and mocked and made out to be bad, which is the same as being vilified, I suppose. And so what effect does that have on you when you see that? Again, it goes back to having this feeling of fear and horror and dread, and it makes you feel like if you've got that much fear that you just want to be small and hide away and not make a fuss and, just placate whoever it is, the oppressor, because, no one's not wants to be in that position. So really, we work on this a lot in coaching with clients, is that we work on, how to get over this fear and to connect to a greater sense of purpose. And so finally we are on to number 10, which is unpredictability. So there'll be a sense of keeping you on edge. There's this sense of the rug could be pulled from under your feet at any time. So instead of things maybe either getting better or even getting worse or even just being bad all the time, there'll be an up and down, there'll be an unpredictability element to it. So in one day you might think, oh, this seems to be getting better now. Next day, bam, even worse than it ever was. And it will go on and on like this. And what effect does that have? So it makes you feel like you were stupid for thinking that things could be better. And so you tell yourself, I can't relax, I can't be happy, I can't feel safe. I need to be hypervigilant because this thing could just hit me at any time. So there's no let up. So you're constantly anxious, and it makes you more desperate for this magic solution that these controllers are going to just be your saviour and give you. So yeah, you really need to detach from these ups and downs and to understand the bigger picture. So I just finish off this video by I'd really urge you to really tune into what's going on in your own body. How do you feel? Notice on a moment to moment basis what makes you feel good, what feels comfortable and what really feels bad, and allow yourself to accept the things that make you feel good. And if anything doesn't feel good, then question that a bit and think, is this what I'm being told to believe? Is it good for me? Is it going to help me, or is it going to cause me harm? And just because 99% of people think or believe a certain thing, in no way does that mean that you are wrong if you are different. In many ways, it probably is an indication that you're right if you look at how things have been going, if you've got a different view. So embrace your individuality and your uniqueness. So yeah, I hope you found the video useful, and as I said, I will be back tomorrow, and so I look forward to speaking to you soon.